What's up everybody, welcome to the SmartB weekend wrap for August the 7th, 2023. Don't forget to follow us on all of our socials at SmartB app and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date. Let's kick off with the NRL. I personally tipped 7 out of 8 this week. The only team that let me down was the Rabbitohs, but that's okay because I put $15 on the Sharks to win with Unibet, who are offering the best odds at the time, $4.10. So to me, I came out ahead in every department this week. It's a very exciting time right now in the NRL with the ladder almost set. There's still 6 to 8 to be decided over the next 4 weeks. Very complicated, so I'm going to have to read along on my screen. The Eagles have a tough 2 weeks ahead of them with the Panthers this week and the Warriors next week in New Zealand. They then have 2 easy ones against the Dogs and the Tigers. It is possible for them to still make the 8, it's just highly unlikely. The Cowboys have a bye this week, so we'll get that easy too. Then they have a tough run against the Sharks, the Dolphins, finishing up with the Panthers. Without Val Holmes, they do look a completely different team, so maybe they will be the one who miss out, we don't know yet. The Eels are the other team in contention that are currently sitting outside the 8. They have the toughest run to the finals. They've got the games against Broncos this week, then the Roosters, and then the Panthers. They do have a bye in the last round, so that's an easy 2. That'll put them up to 28 points no matter what. The Rabbitohs have arguably the easiest run. They did lose last week against Cronulla. Again, I made lots of money off that one. They've got the Dragons this week, so basically a bye. After that, they'll have to play the Knights, who are in terrifying form. Then they have the round 26 bye before taking on the Roosters in the last round. Roosters are in poor form at the moment, so the Rabbitohs should win that one. Is everyone confused? I am. Too long didn't read is that the last 3 spots are going to be decided between the Sharks, Knights, Rabbitohs, Eels, Cowboys, and possibly the Sea Eagles. Everyone else is out of contention and just making up the numbers for the last few weeks. Every game counts for the next few weeks. Let's head over to the AFL, and the Swans took the honours in the Sydney Derby, breaking the Giants' win streak and catapulting themselves into finals contention. 6 to 8 are also up for grabs, just like in the NRL. They're all sitting on 44 points, and the Cats and Swans are just outside the 8 on 42. The Swans have 2 games in the next 3 weeks against bottom 10 teams. They're going to be playing the Crows and the Suns. If they continue their form, they should take both of these easily, and their last round is against second place Melbourne. Swans can make it. 6 weeks ago, we were all writing them off, but let's see what happens. The Cats have a monstrous run. They've got to play against Collingwood this week, looking to break their 2-match losing streak, then 7th place St Kilda and 6th place Bulldogs. Them beating St Kilda or the Bulldogs also helps the Swans, so it's super interesting to see what happens at the bottom of the ladder. The Giants are going to have a tough run, having to play 4th place Port Adelaide this week, then Essendon before finishing up the regular season against Carlton, who are currently sitting 5th. The Cats versus the Bulldogs game could actually be the deciding game, depending on what happens over the next couple of weeks, so make sure you stay tuned and keep track. In our Sunday match of the day, it was Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul back to his roots of fighting retired UFC fighters. Looks like he's going to stay that way. In the commentary and in the stats, they even have stopped referring to his boxing career and instead start talking about his boxing career against retired UFC fighters, of which he has a 100% win rate. It was a pretty entertaining match. Nate Diaz kept walking through Jake Paul's punches, proving once again how ridiculously strong his chin is. He got knocked down a couple of times and laid some good hands on Jake Paul. In the end, Jake Paul took a decision after the 10 rounds. At one point during the match, Nate Diaz did get an impressive guillotine on Jake Paul, showing that, it'd be really fun to watch them fight in MMA, so he's hoping that that happens. Now onto the soccer. The FIFA Women's World Cup is into the round of 16. So far, Spain has sent Switzerland packing on Saturday, absolutely dominating them and beating them 5-1. Japan outclassed Norway, knocking them out 3-1, and the Netherlands sent South Africa home yesterday after winning 2-0. Also yesterday, the number 1 team in the world, Megan Rapinoe's USA, were sent packing. Sweden beat them in a penalty shootout. It was very strange. Sweden did manage to win 5-4, with the last shot initially being deemed not a goal, and then VAR stepped in and said it went in by 1 millimeter. Super weird. Most importantly, tonight England will take on Nigeria and Australia will take on Denmark. It's a super exciting match which will be watched by pretty much everyone in Australia. Last time they met in October last year, Australia took the honours. They were 1-0 down and then ended up winning 3-1. Prior to that, Denmark beat Australia in 2021 3-2. One of these teams tonight will walk away not only having knocked the other team out of the round of 16, they'll also be ahead in the head-to-head. In the group stages, both teams went win-loss-win, so their form is the same. In team news, Australia's Sam Kerr will probably be named on the bench again, and everybody hopes that she'll actually be good to go. Who knows? Australia could be playing silly buggers again after naming her on a bench just so they could sow some fear into the Danes. For Denmark, Stein Petersen may move to the starting lineup, and Denmark superstar Pernille Harder will hope to lead up front and get another goal to her tally for the World Cup. This is an intriguing match. Make sure you tune in and support the Aussies. Both teams will be doing everything they can to win so they can move through to next week. In other sports news around the world, Australia won the Netball World Cup this morning for the 12th time, downing England 61-45. They sent Ash Brazil into retirement in the best possible way. In cricket, the Aussies are still moaning about the ball change drama. Just get over it, nobody cares anymore. And Australia had a better showing against the All Blacks, only losing 23-20 this Saturday. New Zealand's dominance of Australia in rugby union continues. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep up to date with all your sporting news. Head to smartb.com.au. See you all on Thursday.